Hello Collective, this is Tan from Artemis Oracle doing your, this is another love reading. I was just shuffling my cards and the first card that I got was Divine Masculine, Yang, Masculine Energy, then Pride, Arrogance, Ego, Stubborn. And then I got Conflict, Clashing Differences, and Compatibility. What I find very interesting is all of these cards are in black and white, and this is just a thought that popped to me right now. This could be somebody from the past. You know, you could have been dealing with some divine masculine that had some type of conflict with themselves, with you, within the relationship. Maybe their pride, their ego got in the way of the relationship. But I clarified the divine masculine card, I got hoping, rejection, and healing. So I feel like what this is saying is that this person is hoping that, you know, there can be some healing. There may have been some sort of rejection. You could have rejected them in some way, or they're hoping that they aren't rejected and wanting to heal or whatever relationship you had with them. With pride, we got chemistry, depth, and broken. So with this, I feel like in this dynamic, there may have been a lot of chemistry, but also there was a lot of depth. There was probably a very deep connection, even a passionate connection, but there was some type of separation. It could be a breakup. This person could be heartbroken. It could have been whatever happened in the relationship. It could have been it bruised their ego in some way. I want to say their ego took a hit. And in some way, in the worst case scenario, that the ending was it destroyed them in some way, probably because they didn't think that if say you and this person did separate, you broke up, there was like a finality in the relationship. I think that kind of triggered them to have a better understanding about how they feel about you, and they didn't realize how, though the passion was there was a lot of chemistry, but there was also a lot of depth. There was a deep connection, like I mentioned. But with the separation, it really broke them. It really hurt them. Their ego took a hit, essentially. Now, I feel like with the conflict card being clarified by possibilities, beginnings, and trapped, this is clashing differences and compatibility, right? Without trapped, it says stuck, tied down, captive, try again, new direction, start over, free spirit, adventure, and risks. I feel like this person wants to take a risk, and if they're feeling trapped or anything, I think they're trapped. You know what? It's a captive. I feel like you have captivated this person in some way, and I think that's what makes it difficult for them to get over you, because with the conflict card, it's like maybe they do want to move on, but then maybe thoughts of you keep popping up, and even the possibility of having a new beginning with you is something that they think about, and that may be something that they're trapped in their mind about in some way. This person may possibly feel like they're trapped in your web, whatever that could be, and you all know your situation more than that, but I feel like it could be tied to the depth, how deeply interwoven they feel, how deeply connected they feel with you, and the trapped in the thoughts of maybe they're hoping that there can be some sort of resolution, but right now it's like this person is stagnant. They're stuck in something. Not sure what they're stuck in. It could be anything. They could be just stuck in their mind, stuck in their thoughts. They could be even still stuck in the healing process. Maybe the rejection that they've experienced, or this could even be you if you're the divine masculine, or if you resonate with that. You could be currently healing right now, and you healing the feelings of abandonment, of being disappointed, of being dismissed in some way. But it also mentions irrational fear. So maybe this divine masculine had an irrational fear about something, and that was the conflict. in the relationship that caused some sort of ending. This person may have withdrawn in the relationship, or they withdrew from the relationship. So it says single, lonely, and solitary. So this person is currently single. They're not dealing with anybody. They may be a parent, because we had the family card showing up, so that may be something. But we have obsession, infatuation, adoration, and addiction. So this person may have had some sort of addiction that they may be healing from. That could have been a conflict within the relationship, an interfering party in some way. It could even have been another type of, like obsession, addiction. But this person is thinking, they're reminiscing about the time you spent together, at least the very special moments that you shared together. It says reminiscing, dwelling, and bittersweet. So maybe when this person thinks back on you, on your relationship, it's bittersweet for them, because they can remember the good times, but then they're also remembering the conflict, the triggers, the fear of rejection, the fear of abandonment, maybe feeling like they're not good enough in some way. Yeah, we have finality. So this was definitely a relationship that ended. Yeah. Okay. So 6 minutes in. Let's see. Oh, when I split the deck, I got commitment in the center of the deck. Marriage promises fidelity. Maybe this person is thinking about what they could have had with you. If they could have had some sort of relationship where you could have reached a higher level of commitment, where you kind of gotten married, engaged, married in some way. Yeah, cloudy judgment. Yeah, so I feel like this person probably didn't want that. Maybe they have a fear of commitment. Maybe this person likes things to be a certain way, and they feel like they don't really want to compromise anything in a relationship. Because when you are in a committed relationship, you have to be compatible with the person. Maybe you and this person weren't compatible because maybe you wanted one thing and the person didn't share that same desire for the same thing. So that may have been the conflict in the relationship, because this person is stubborn. They want things to be a certain way. It's probably they had this "it's my way or the highway" mentality. But now they may be understanding that, if you're in that mind frame and you think things should only be the way you want it to be, then the only thing you're going to be stuck being is alone. Because who is going to tolerate that? Maybe somebody who is low vibing, who doesn't know themselves, who isn't secure, doesn't have any boundaries, they may tolerate that. But then eventually people change, and then they get tired of not living with purpose, and then eventually the relationship will break down, because this person may end up with may eventually realize the life she's living or he's living isn't the life that they want, and they may end the relationship because they want to go towards what will fulfill them, a relationship that's fair and just, where it's not only them having to sacrifice things, sacrifice their life just to make another person happy, And for some reason, one of the, I don't know, for some reason Islam is coming to mind, because say if there's it could be religious factors. Maybe that's why it's coming to my mind, because certain religions have this idea about how a man and a woman should be in a relationship. And sometimes the person may expect somebody to tolerate whatever it is that the person is doing, just because they're a man, and not because it's right or wrong, but because they're a man. And I'm just using that as an example, so you could take it how it resonates. So let's see. If this person could talk to you, what would they say to you? If this person could talk to you. Let's see. Gotta get my cards out of the bag. see what messages the person has for you. What message does the person have for the collective? What message does the person have for the collective spirit? What messages does the spirit person have for the collective? What message does the spirit? Wow, card flew out. What message does the person have for the collective? Okay. All right. So the first card that fell out was, I can't keep pretending that I'm okay without you. I'm coming in to show you a better version of me. So maybe this person wants to change that stubbornness that they have, and then they may want to make a relationship that's fair. Maybe take your thoughts and interests and desires into consideration. You're the only one I see. So like I mentioned before, that the person is single, they are alone, but then they are just a distraction. So some of you may be dealing with someone who has been dealing with other people since the separation or breakup, but those people are more a distraction. If anything, they're rebounds. And then I want to break this no contact. So this person wants to come forward and speak with you and express themselves to you. And no matter how hard I try, my thoughts always sway back to you. So this person has, however long this has been, because you will know, this person, you always pop up in this person's mind. You know, they can't let go of you. They can't release their thoughts of you. You know, whatever. Remember I said that there was a connection. There was not only chemistry, but there was also depth in the relationship. So that's something that, though they are being distracted by other people, maybe they are trying to find you in other people, but ultimately they're not. They're coming short because no one compares to you. There's no one like you. And I think that may be one of the reasons why. And I feel like they are just a distraction also is because whoever they're distracting themselves with is someone who may be stroking their ego, making them feel good about themselves. So that could be one of the reasons. So that's your reading. If this reading resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. My name is Tan. I'm your reader, and I'm wishing you a great day, evening, weekend ahead. Bye.